Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and I'm getting a really late start today. But, so you're probably going to see lots of shadows because I've had to turn on extra lights, so all of my hands are going to have shadows and everything else. But we can muddle through that, can't we? I wanted to tell you we did get in a large restock today, plus we got in the brand new Tim Holtz Scorched Timber ink. So, I think ink and everything else too. So if you want that, we have that in now. I think Melina's already got it in the system. And then we restocked on a lot of items that we had ran out of. So I'll be sending out an email about that probably in the morning. But tonight, what we're going to do, and I'm saying tonight because it's like 3:45, which it's almost night here. We are going to, I need plenty of tags to put in my coffee journal. I've almost got the coffee journal finished, and I need tags to go in there. So what I did is I went through my scrapbook paper, and I just cut out, which that one's pink, it doesn't necessarily go, but anyway. I just cut out pieces of scrapbook paper that I thought that I could use to make tags and journal cards with. Now, some of it is going to be ephemera pieces that I have just in my stash, and I'm going to use those as well. So we're just going to use lots of scrapbook paper and make tags and journal cards and that kind of thing. This was in my stash, and it's a postcard. And what I did was just inked around it, and it's ready to go. So, not a problem there. Now, we also have, this came in the AJ kit. This is little pieces of ephemera. I don't know how many of them I'll use. They've got the white around them, and you know I'm not particularly fond of the white being around. But there's some of the tickets and things. We'll use some of them on some. So, I've got those out too. So I'm just going to start. Oh, I also pulled these out. Now these are some pieces that you guys have sent me, just pieces of ephemera. And they're very thin. It's paper that's very thin. So I thought I would back this on something and make some journal cards out of it too. So we're just going to make journal cards and tags out of whatever we got. Now, this is not very tall, so if we want to make it taller, we can. Let's just make that taller. What do you say? I'm just going to use this old piece of map, and I'm just going to put that on there like that. I'm going to leave that number 20 there. Put that on there like that, and then we'll back it. So we're going to make this taller so that it won't be such a short tag. And I will show you the coffee journal. Probably, I hope to finish it in the morning. And I will show you that coffee journal before I send it out to its new home. Now this is very vintage paper, so it's pretty fragile. But I think it'll be okay. Let me move things off of my trimmer. Yeah, I got a late start today. We got in 2 pretty big shipments right as I started to do my video. So we needed to get those in, and you know, I do part of that too. So that's why I'm running a little bit late today. Now, I think on the back of this, of course, you can't write on that exactly. So I think on the back what I'll do is I've got some of this very old vintage notebook paper. And it's pretty thin too, but I think with the 3 thicknesses, it will be okay. And I'm not going to, I don't think, no. I don't know, I might. No, I'm not going to let this show. I'm just going to back it with that. Too much the same color of that. If it was a different color, I would, but it's pretty close to the same color. So, and I've just got my little, and I just threw that in the floor, and Aaron will fuss at me. I've got my little glue book over here to the side, and it's just a piece of junk that come in the mail. You know, you tell them not to send you all these little books and different things, and they send them to you anyway. So I just use them for glue books. Like, I'll use them until I can't use them anymore, and then they'll go in the dumpster, I guess. We don't have a little recycling place around here where we can recycle paper. So I usually, if I think about it, I take it down to another town that's not too far away from here, and they have a recycling for paper, but I try to use every piece of everything that I can. Sometimes I end up throwing little pieces away, but not very often. Alright, so that is going to be a nice journal card. And I think I'll just round the corners on this. It's our corner rounder. And somebody asked me who that was made by. We Are Memory Keepers corner rounder. And I'm just going to use my vintage photo to ink around it. I guess I could get one of the scorched timber out and let you guys see what it looks like, couldn't I? I guess I could. I hadn't even got one out. We just put them up on the shelf and put them in the system. All right, there we go. Now, I think I want to put something on this. Just a label or something on there. Let's see what we got in here. I haven't even opened these tickets. This is the coffee shop. I think it's the name of it. Oh, these tickets are cute. Let's see. There's one that would work probably. Just cut that one out. That would work there. And then I think I'll put that number on there too. Since there's absolutely nothing on TV to watch, I have been fussy cutting everything. I think if something don't come on soon, I'm going to have my whole house cut up. I found lots of extra things that I had printed off year before last, that I went ahead and drug all that out and started fussy cutting it too. Now, in order to keep that from bowing in the middle, I just run over the back of it and it flattens it out. So you can do that if you want. All right, I think that one is good. I may do something right here when I start to put it in the journal, but I don't know. I don't know if I will or not. And I keep these little pieces because you can stamp on them and they look very cool. Okay, let's do... Oh, I like the birds. Let's do the birds. See, this paper is pretty thin. It doesn't have a lot of thickness to it at all. I wonder if this one will go. Nope, that's too small. Let's see what else we got here. I've got some ledger paper here we can put on the back. That's too close to the same color. Let's try a different one. See what that one looks like. That one's a little bit better. It's not quite the same color. I'm going to ink around this just to make it stand out a little bit more. And then we'll do it just like we did that other one. Oh, and this is welcome to Tag Along Tuesday. I always forget to say that. This is our Tag Along Tuesday, and I normally make tags or journal cards or something like that. And I am running out of my glue again. So today, since I needed to finish that journal for the sweet friend who has purchased it, I thought I needed to go ahead and get things done. Got all the pockets I need, so I needed tags. And journal cards. Whoops. Let's see. I think I'm going to let that inventory begin, so I'm going to let that show. And then we will cut this out. Let's see. I'm trying to get this even. That doesn't look too even there. Oops. Didn't glue that down too well. Okay, that will work. And then I'm just going to back it on something. What are we going to back it on? Let's just use another one of these, but I need to glue that corner down right there. So what are you guys doing? Is the weather better where you are? I know a lot of people was messaging me saying they were in Canada and it was like minus something there. Oh my goodness. We wouldn't survive here if it was that, because we just don't have the means. Our heat wouldn't even work. You know, we have heat pumps. We don't have like furnaces and things like that. We have what's called heat pump. And so unless there's some heat in the air outside, some kind of heat, we don't have heat because it doesn't heat up. So we would freeze, and all of our pipes would freeze because all of our pipes are above, well, basically they're above ground. They're not too far down. I don't know how they are there where it gets really cold like that. I don't know how you keep the pipes from freezing. Are they different kind of pipes than what we have, or I don't get it, because ours freeze every time it goes below 32 degrees. Unless you keep it running, you have to keep the water running, or your pipes will all freeze up. I don't know if you guys have that same problem there or not. Don't forget to leave your comment. We will run this giveaway until the end of the month. And I don't even know which video that will be chosen to take the comments off of, so it will be at random. Let's see. I don't know. I was hoping these would be a lot more about coffee, but they've got a little coffee on them, but they're not so much about coffee. Don't think I want one of those on there. I wanted one that ran the other way, but the ones that run the other way are not about coffee. Let's see what these are. I think these are all, they all have that white around them, and I'm not too fond of that. I'd have to go in and fussy cut them. There's a little cup of coffee there. But nope, it doesn't go. Okay, so let's find a label. Now, I spent most of my weekend cutting labels and flowers and everything else. And I haven't got them all in my ephemera journals yet. So I just kind of put them in here as I was cutting. I've still got lots and lots to cut, but it got me a good start on them. Trying to find a smaller one if I can. Nope. I need one that has some red in it. So let me go into my labels here. I could put a number on there. That would work. These are Tina from Shabby Debbie Doodah. These are her number labels. No, I don't want that tag now. It's a little bit too busy. Not tag, label. And I think I'll put that number up at the top. Okay, there is another. Okay, let's use some of these pieces that are from scrapbook paper and see what we can come up with. Now this is a piece that I don't like the back side, but I love this side. And it's thick enough, I don't think we have to put anything under it. We just need to cover the back. I think I'll use a piece of this. It's got a little bit of green in it. And we'll just extend that one too. And I can use my art glitter glue on this because this is a thick piece of scrapbook paper. So most all these were just scraps that I had in my stash that really didn't know what I was going to do with. So drag out your scraps and then just make them into tags and journal cards and things like that. There we go. All right, now you could write on that, but I'm not too fond of just that white. So let's see if we have a scrap piece of maybe book page that we could put on there. Just a piece that's got some white on the background. There we go, we can use that right there. Let's cut it off this way first. And this is very brittle, so it may tear completely apart when I start to glue it. And it doesn't have to go all the way from top to bottom. I don't know if I don't want to lose that side over there. So I'm just going to trim this a little bit more. I don't care that it's not straight. That doesn't bother me. I don't care that it's torn there. I just don't care. I kind of like that look. All we're doing is putting a little piece on there so somebody can write on it in the journal. Whoops. And then we're dropping it. There we go. And again, now you could cut this into a tag shape. I'm just going to round the corners. I don't mind journal cards or tags. To me, they're both about the same. And I don't mind rounded corners. And we're going to dress this up a little bit since it's just got writing on there. Let me think about what I want to put on it. And glue this down a little bit more. Okay, let's see what we have in here. Golden coffee. That would be a good label. Now, I don't have any flowers that looks like a coffee bean, but we could just put like that one on there. Let's just put that one on there. And I'm going to put another label down here to cover up that stem. I don't want to cover up coffee, so let's put it under here. And then I'm just going to put that like that. And we may put a little number right there. So I'm going to take, where I couldn't cut this out well, I'm going to take my little ink dauber and I'm just going over that just a little bit to give it some color. Just a tiny bit. Just to keep it from being stark white. Let's see. Let's put this one down. Well, let's put the flower down first. That one's going to go over the stem. So let's see if I can do this without tearing my flower up. Yep. This is a pretty soft glue stick, so you don't have to worry about having to bear down on it. Even though I do, you don't have to. Okay. Then we'll put this down. This one actually says perfume, but oh well. It'll be okay. And then we got coffee here. And this is printed on a thicker paper, so I'm just going to do this. Then it just kind of looks like the flower's growing out of all that. And then let's find a little number. I think we'll do one of these. Yeah, I've got lots of pieces drug out everywhere. And I think I'll just put the number at a little bit of an angle. Just angle it across both of those. All right, and then we can put something in the top, and that will be another one. So when you've got something like that to start with, they usually go pretty fast. Now, I've got this piece of scrapbook paper, and I thought I would use this side since it's kind of the color of coffee, kind of, sort of. So let's go ahead and trim it even because it's nowhere near even. This was the last little piece of this I had left, so I thought I need to use that and get it out of my stash. Now, I think with this one, we'll just make a tall one. Let's just make sure it's not too tall. It's 8 1/4, so it's not too tall. My journals are usually 9 inches on the outside, so. Now, we don't even have to cover the back, so all we need to do, basically, is decorate this a little bit. Now, I've got lots of smaller pieces cut out here, so let's just see what we might want to use. Oh, we could use that, or that one. I like that one on there. It says 1 pint of milk. Cod liver oil. Okay, let's see what we can come up with. Let me cut this out. I think I'm going to use a piece of my vellum. Got a scrap piece right here. Yeah, let's do that. Oops. And I could pull out my Barely Arts, but I'm just going to use my glue stick. It will work just as good. Well, it doesn't work just as good, but it works. Okay. I may end up cutting it off a little bit. It's a little bit tall for me right now. I don't know if I'll put anything up there at the top or not, so I may end up cutting it. I'm going to put this a little bit over to that side, just not centering it. And then I might put that way. and wrap it around a little bit. Let's do that. Malt vinegar. And then I wanted this little piece on there somewhere. Yeah, I think I'll trim it off just a little at the top. And then we can punch a little pull in there to put, or punch a little hole in there to put some ribbon or something in. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it into a tag shape. And yes, I do have a template somewhere to do this, but it's not right in front of my face, so we're using this. I'm going to round the corners at the bottom a little bit. Just helps them slide in and out better. Oops. And there's another tag, other than what we put in the top. All right, what else we got here? We could make, this is what I was going to show you. I got one of these and I have no idea where it come from, but it's got Chinese or Japanese or something on here, and I know I won't use that in a journal. So I want to cover this with some paper that I will use in the journal. So let me grab some paper. I'll cover this with this. This is the coffee digital that I have in the store. So I'm going to cover it like that. If I remember, I will link it below, and if I don't, all you have to do is go to our store and look down through the digitals. It's not very far down. You'll find it. Okay, let's put it that way. Maybe we got it straight. Maybe. Well, yeah, partially. And then I'm just going to trim it off a little bit around, and we'll fold it around. And, I don't know, I think I will put something on the back because I'm still not particularly crazy about that white there. So I am just going to tear a piece of this and put on here. Okay, and we'll glue this down first. And then we'll cut these. So if you've got some old cards or postcards or something that you don't like the front of, and you really don't want to throw them away, just cover them. Cover them with the paper. Oops. It's a sticky place. And then we're just going to fold this around. For no reason other than just I wanted it folded around. It just... You still got plenty of room to journal, and I just like the looks of it. Okay, I don't think this is going to have much of anything on it. Maybe a number and a little tiny label, a little tiny one. Gonna see what I've got in here that's small. Let's just do that one and then a number. This was one of the freebies from Katie. These labels were one of our designers. And then let's cut a little number. I think I'm going to put the number down here. Like that. And I am not going to round the corners on this because I'm just going to slide that right in a pocket. I love that. You could round them if you wanted to. I think we'll do one more and then that should be, well, it won't be enough. That won't make me enough, but then we'll stop for the night. This is pretty thin paper. I'm going to put it on here. This is just a piece of ephemera that I cut out of, I don't know what. Who knows what. It may have been an old magazine. It may have been a digital that I've had forever. But it was laying in my stash. And it was the right color because I'm just looking for kind of neutrals and a little bit of blue, a lot of brown. Now I'm going to back this one because of it being so thin. I'm going to back it on this piece of, this is an ephemera back that I save. And I'm sure it's a Tim Holtz one. Yep. Oops. Got to cut straighter. Straighter. There we go. Now it's nice and strong, but we do need to put some paper on the back because you can't really write on that. So let's put a little piece of this. Even though the stripes are going the other way, it doesn't matter. We may put a little piece of ephemera or something on here. Let's see if we've got anything in here that would work. I don't know. We'd have to really ink that up before it would work very well. I wasn't too crazy about some of these. And that's just me. Because I don't like that white around them, you know. But some people it doesn't bother, so that's fine. And I know I could just ink it up, and I probably will. I'll use them. I won't throw them away. I'll probably just ink it up and go for it. I just can't use that. I'm sorry. We're going to use this, and then just a label that we can maybe wrap around. Nope. Okay, let's look in here at our labels. If I can get a hold of them. I think I'll put that little label down there. I'm going to ink it up. This is just a parcel. This is just a piece of a label. I can't even talk. I'd already used the other piece somewhere else. And then this is just some ephemera. Again, I had in my stash. And I ended up finding it, and so I cut all of it out last night. We'll add a few butterflies to it. Let's see. What side do I want it on? I think this side. And then this one, I'm just going to tuck up under there a little bit and then wrap it around. Like that. Try to get it straight-ish. There we go. Yeah, I don't mind that. Right, I think that's all that we'll do on that one, other than put a little pull on it. I think that's good enough. Okay, guys, I think that's all that we're going to do today. I could just keep on going and going and going, but I need to go eat, and I need to, I should have inked that. And I need to probably do some more fussy cutting since I know there's nothing on TV. There we go. So I think, look at that. We got all of those. That's pretty good for just a little short setting. And see, I have all of these pieces that I can use. Some of them might need backing, because you can't write on some of these. It's got that on it. But they're just little pieces of ephemera that I cut. These I cut out of scrapbook paper, and then some of these were just in my stash. So I will back all of those and do a little bit of embellishing on. Other than that, we'll have them ready for our journal. I will probably put that journal together tomorrow, and then I'll show you, it may be Wednesday, I'll show you what it looks like before I ship it out. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.